Joining me now to discuss the escalation here in studio is Ambassador Rizwan. Saeed Sheikh is the ambassador to the U.S. for Pakistan. Very good to have you with us in the studio, sir. I want to start with what we heard from India's foreign secretary there. What is your response?
Well, thank you, Sumi, for having me on your show. What we heard is a continuation of denial that India conducted aggression, provocative aggression against Pakistan 4 nights ago, based on a flimsy reason in interstate relations, particularly in a situation which is as tense as it has ever been between India and Pakistan. Just leveling allegations, accusations, and going ahead with attacking a country is not the kind of rules of engagement that we would want to have, or the international community would want to have, from responsible states in such a region which has nuclear capabilities.
Indeed.
So that is something that has been going on into its 4th night now. India has escalated, they have re-escalated, and escalated today. Pakistan has been exercising its right to self-defense so far. But our civilian population has been hit, and we reserve the right to respond at the time of and place of our choosing. And it is a grave situation which is getting graver by the day.
And the escalation is clear. But I do want to come back to something you said, Ambassador, that India has been escalating here. I know that you have said that India has not provided any evidence for Pakistan's link to the Pahalgam attacks. We have seen the U.S. Secretary of State, for example, Marco Rubio, say Pakistan must do more to counter terror groups within its territory. What is your response to that?
Well, Pakistan, as a part of the exercise which got us off the FATF grey list, did a lot in dismantling terrorist infrastructures, and we would not have been off the hook 2 years ago had it not been satisfactory in terms of international monitoring and international opinion.
So you're saying these were not terror sites that India says it struck?
Civilian people have been hit, women and children. I mean, they hit a cricket ground. Is cricket ground a terrorist outfit, or you expect the spectators to be terrorists, or what? So, I mean, this has been going on for too long. It has gotten to a grave situation now, and it is about time it stopped, because then Pakistan would respond, and we reserve the right to respond. We will respond with force, and then nobody knows where it goes.
Let me ask you about this question of an investigation. You have said that you invited international journalists, the international community, to take part in an investigation. India's High Commissioner to the UK told Sky News that in the past, when there have been attacks and Pakistan has opened up for investigation, Pakistan has used that opportunity to cover up tracks. What is your response to that, to cover up evidence it says that shows a link?
I mean, there are investigations which are pending from the past such incidents. For instance, in case of Pathankot, we are still waiting for India to produce evidence in Pakistani courts. We have a British colonial legacy in terms of the legal system that we follow on both sides, and similar almost burden of proof or burden of evidence on either side. Going back to legislations that took place before the partition into India and Pakistan of the subcontinent. So they are not providing evidence. We are still waiting for any inquiry ending in terms of the Pulwama incident, which took place 6 years ago. Okay. What happened there? Where is the evidence for Pulwama even?
Let me ask you this, as we are in the U.S., and I know that the U.S. has in the past played a role in mediating in this region. We saw the Vice President, J.D. Vance, say in an interview on Fox News, he said a full-scale war would be disastrous, but, quote, we're not going to get involved in the middle of a war that's fundamentally none of our business and has nothing to do with America's ability to control it. What do you think of that?
Well, United States has been getting involved each time the situation has escalated previously. And even this time, at least in 2 statements, the recent one being day before yesterday, the president himself, President Trump, has not only offered to get involved, but he actually at the end of his statement said that if the 2 countries want, I'll be there. So this involvement is required because the United States certainly has a disproportionate responsibility as a preeminent power and state in the world.
But so far they're saying, I'll be there, haven't necessarily engaged in mediating. Would you like...
No, contacts have taken place. Secretary Rubio has been talking to his counterpart.
Right.
He has been talking to Prime Minister Sharif. That contact took place yesterday. I mean, there have been contacts going on from other friendly states like Saudi Arabia. Saudi Deputy Foreign Minister was there earlier this morning. Other friendly countries to both sides have been involved because they know and they can assess that the situation is grave and will have a detrimental impact if it grows out of hand. Not only for regional peace and security, not restricted to the two countries where, by the way, 1.6 billion people reside,
right.
but actually can have consequences for the entire planet. I mean, only 3 years ago, the Indian Prime Minister himself was telling President Putin of Russia that it is not an era of war. What has changed in 3 years?
What would it take at this point, sir, as we're seeing these escalations continue and strikes on both Indian and Pakistan territory, not just in disputed Kashmir? What will it take to bring the temperature down right now?
I think India is the escalator. The responsibility of de-escalating squarely lies on them. They have done so without affording a shred of evidence, and they have attacked Pakistani mainland. And more importantly, each time the situation has escalated, Indian side has leveled allegations against Pakistan, and without any proof, in more incidents than not. And the world has paid attention. United States has paid attention. But they have turned their eyes and attention away before it fully de-escalated. So it is the responsibility of international community now to utilize this opportunity and squarely address the Kashmir dispute between the two countries. Otherwise, even if the situation de-escalates now, we would be waiting for the next incident to take place. But let me tell you, it is grave today as much as you can imagine, and this has to stop. Otherwise, I mean, we will go with our full force to respond, and then maybe time would have been lost to draw it back from a point where nobody wants to go.
Ambassador, thank you so much for joining us on our program today. It's been great to have you here in the studio.